Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm taking you on an art studio tour. This is going to be a fun one. I love to look at them, I love to do them. If you don't know me, my name is Julie. I am studying art online and in this channel I'm sharing my journey studying and finding my style. This is my art studio, but it's a space where I do a lot of things besides my art learning and making drawings and paintings. And this channel I have a work. My work is that I own a knitting accessories brand and online shop, so this is also where I manage all of this and where I prepare my orders. This is where I draw, sometimes with an easel, sometimes without. This is where I paint. This used to be more of a fiber art oriented studio, and this is also where I live. It's basically a third of my living room, so yeah, I have to make it all work in a very small space, and I'm sure many of you are challenged with the same thing, meaning that you have a lot of passions, a lot of hobbies, a lot of things you're interested in or you have to do, and you need to make your space work for everything. I didn't tidy up before starting this video, and I don't consider this perfect, finished, completely set up studio space, because I am not a perfect, finished and completely set up artist. The point of this space is that it has to work for all of my activities, and when I'm setting it up where I am trying to improve it, the main thing that I keep in mind is how can I make this able to evolve. So last thing before I forget, I'm going to leave notes in the description below, but if you have any question, if I forgot everything, hopefully not everything, but if I forget anything, just ask in the comments and I will do my best to help you. This is not sponsored by any means, this is not an ad video, I'm just showing you what I have accumulated and chosen over the years, and some of it may not be sold anymore, some of it may be more difficult to access outside of France or Europe, but I will do my best to help you if you want to find something similar. So yeah, let me know in the comments. And that being said, I think we should get started. Okay, so this is my studio. You've seen some of it on my videos and on my vlogs. And I'm going just to turn around to show you that this is also my living space and where I eat and do stuff. And this is a bit messy because I've just prepared for this video and I didn't clean up as I told you. I have my computer out because I just recorded the intro, and this is the cup of tea I was drinking. Anyway, we're going to work from in a clockwise direction so I don't forget anything. First thing, this is a small Ikea table that has gone through a lot of damage, as maybe you can see, and I'm showing it to you because it serves many purposes. It's mainly an extra table that I use when I'm sitting here, for example, and sometimes it's to work on my computer, sometimes I have it to watch a video, to watch a lesson or anything, but I discovered recently another use for this. So it's a small Ikea table, I don't remember the name, but it's easily available worldwide, and it's quite a cheap one. So this thing, this glass top, isn't attached, and I've been using it as a glass palette for making egg tempera. So yeah, it's a nice double use just for safety. Since I did it, I don't eat on this table anymore ever, and I also make sure that I always use the bottom side for paint and I don't do anything on this side. But yeah, it's been very useful for it. I've also used this for printing. When I did my lino cut, it was this piece of glass. And last use, if you are into tapestry and cross stitch, I'm not sure how it's called in English, you can remove this, and this frame makes a very nice embroidery frame that you can use sitting on the couch or whatever. So it's a very simple, very cheap piece of furniture, but it's been extremely useful for me in many ways. Second, and this is going to be my first organization tip, this is a sewing box. It has wheels, it's amazing. I've had it for years and I used it at first to store fiber art related things and tools and to have them easily accessible and easy to move around and to put away when I'm not using them, because I'm working again in a small space and I need things to be tidy. Inside it now I keep all of my paint and pigments and ink, so let's open this up. It's a bit difficult to do with one hand, but I'm trying my best. And let's go from, okay, left to right. So yeah, I just love this piece of furniture in itself. I think it just looks beautiful. Can find them secondhand quite easily. I'm a bit afraid of buying secondhand wooden furniture, but yeah, if you're cautious, you can find some. This velvety thing wasn't there originally. I added it for it to feel nicer because it was just wood and I didn't like it. So here you have all of my gouache stock, not very tidy. Anyway, these are some water brushes that I don't use. This is my small egg, no, it's not an egg tempera palette, it's a pigment paste palette. If you've seen my egg tempera video, you know what this is. Basically, those are small amounts of pigments that I put in these tiny jars with a little bit of water for it to be easier to work with. Let's close this up. These are just, you know, tooth things that I've been using for mixing my pigment paste. So it's here. I don't use it very often, but it can be useful sometimes. Okay, I'm sorry for the very weird angle. Maybe I should keep this open actually to show you what is here below. This is my ink and pigment stash. It's down there because I don't need it very easily accessible. I don't need to refill my fountain pen very often, but I have fountain pen inks. I have some funky sparkly pigment things. It's not actually pigment, it has gum arabic in it, so I can paint with it with just water, but I don't really like those. And some other inks for dip pens. I've been using this one recently. This is a respirator that I used to work with my pigments, and these are all of my powdered pigments. I keep them here because I don't need them easily accessible, as I said, and because it's just safer to keep them out of the light. Well, you get what I mean. So yeah, it's here. Now I can close the left side. This doesn't have to be easily accessible either. It's just a stash of pencils and leads that I may use. This is my electric eraser cable, electric eraser, how is it called? Refills? I have a ton of these. I should take a new one. I don't know why I'm being cheap with these. I've had the same one for years, and but I have like 4 new ones. I should take a new one. Anyway, this is my small stash, and I'm just going to close it up to show you the last thing. These are my watercolors. So I have a small schminke set. I'm not sure that's how it's pronounced. This is a small swatch card of all of my colors. And this is my other set from Winsor & Newton. It didn't come in this exact box, but I bought the box separately because I prefer a metal box. I just don't like plastic. It's a sensory thing, and I don't enjoy it, and I want to enjoy my art supplies. So I bought this tin. Oh, sorry for the noise. I tear it apart because I don't want to use this, but I'm keeping it just in case. And this is a swatch card that I made myself, and it's taped with transparent tape. I'm not sure you can see. Ah, there you can see, it's shiny. Just to avoid any stains on it, and it's the size of my tin, so I can put it inside if I want to paint on the go, which I don't do, and if I want painting on the go to have this kind. So yeah, it's a very small piece of furniture, but it can hold a lot of things and keep it very organized, very easily accessible, but easy to put away. And yeah, I just love sewing boxes for this. Let's put it here, and we're going to go very quickly into my drawers because yeah, it's not the tidiest place. Let's there, these drawers. This is not the same piece of furniture. This is a desk with kind of a library attached to it. Not a library, but well, shelves attached to it, and I really love it. And I love that it has a metal frame because I can attach a lot of magnetic things to it, and this is going to be one of my upcoming organization tips. And this thing on the left is not from the desk, it's a separate matching thing that I bought to have a very large working space. I absolutely need this for preparing my orders, and it's been very useful for painting too. And by the way, my small Ikea table here on the corner is even extending this. I love having a very large, clear working space, so that's the point of this. And yeah, my drawers are pretty standard, messy desk drawers. It's just a bunch of stuff that I like to have accessible, and this one is more art related, and it's messy again, from my standards at least. This holds stuff that needs to be kept vertical, like this thing, this medium, universal medium that I bought that I haven't used. I bought it to use with color pencils. I have a bunch of ceramic, how is it called, palettes. I have all of my rulers that don't fit anywhere else. These are knitting needles that I've been using for a drawing class, the Russian method. I have a spray thing here. Yeah, just a lot of things, a lot of jars that can be useful for many things, and I just keep it all in these very cheap Ikea organizers that I'm going to show you a little bit later. I also have these, how to call it? These are from milk boxes, milk things, and you can engrave it and print with it. So I've been cleaning them up and saving them here. It's a bit of everything. I don't, well, I don't really like this drawer. Maybe one day I can make it better, but for now, that's how it is. And now, where do we go? We're going to go... yeah, let's start in my little secret hiding place. I absolutely love having this metal frame for my desk and for this thing, because it allows me to use, let me just sit on the floor, it allows me to use these magnetic hooks, and it's just amazing how many things you can organize with it. So here I keep some rulers that have a hole in which I added a hole myself, and this white thing is my bright table. That's not how it's called. Well, it's a bright thing, it's a lamp basically that is flat and that you use to trace things. I'm going to include while I'm talking to you, because this is not a very interesting thing to look at. I'm going to include some images of me using it, and I just love being able to keep it like this because I wanted to have a very large one in order not to be, well, not to need a larger one than I have basically, and it takes up quite a lot of space. If I keep it in its box, I'm never going to use it, and I just can't keep it on my table because my table has to be clear at all times in order for me to be able to do everything that I do here. So I'm just keeping it here, and it's staying in place quite safely thanks to these little magnetic hook that are keeping it in place. You can see the cable, and yeah, this is the cable. If I want to use it, I don't have to plug it in, it's already there. It's already plugged in, and I just have to take this that isn't in focus, and yeah, it's quite easy to use. Let's stay underneath for a while because I have other things hidden there. Right here is just a bunch of paper. The white box is a stash of blank label sheets that I use for my shop. I should put it away. I didn't have anywhere better to put it when I received it, but now I do. So I'm going to put it away after the video. And here, this white thing there is just my, well, where I have all of my technological stuff plugged in, and this is not the best ever cable management, but it's okay, I guess, and it's easily accessible. This is my bin that I try to empty often. I didn't do it before the video. I have some paper towels that I need very often if I start working with ink, if I want something to, you know, if I'm doing gouache or watercolor, I need to have this easily accessible because I am somehow unable to think about taking some when I start painting, and I always think about it when I need it. And this hidden there, and it's I'm using one of these magnetic hooks to hold it in place. This is a very small hairdryer that I use for paint, again, when I want things to dry more quickly, and I mostly use it to remove washi tape because I've never been able to remove washi tape without tearing my paper unless I heat it up to kinda melt the glue, and then it works. So I'm mostly using this hairdryer to heat up my washi tape when I'm removing it. And now we're done with all of my under desk hiding places. We can talk about what's here on top of the desk. This is my computer. It's not always on that stand. I mostly keep it here, but for now it's on that stand, and this is where I have it when I need it for a class or for a reference. I have some cutting mats on top of my desk to protect it because I can do messy stuff, and I don't want, I mean, it's my working desk, so I don't mind if it shows that it has lived, but I still want to protect it a little bit. This wood isn't varnished, and I don't have the tools to renovate it if I need to, so yeah, useful. This is also here for other reasons. The first one is that sometimes I want to cut something and I don't have to take it out. It's just nice to have this layer of protection on my desk so I can easily cut out things and not worry about damaging my desk. And the second reason is that I often record videos here from a top view with this arm that I'm going to talk about a bit later. And having a squared mat here allows me to make sure that I'm nice and horizontal, and I also use it for my photos. Now, this I'm going to talk about all of these things that are kind of holding on to my desk. This is another tip. I always try to save as much desk space as possible, and these clamping things are just amazing for this. So this is a lamp that I absolutely love because it doesn't take any space on my desk. Let's turn it on. Okay, I think it was sold as an architect lamp. It is adjustable, so I can change the strength of the light, the brightness. I can change the temperature. This is what I like, and I can move this around. And yeah, it's been a game changer to have this, to have light coming from both sides when I'm working, whether drawing or even writing on my journal. It's just amazing, and it's been great also for filming videos. I can move this around in many ways, so I've been using it as an extra lamp for filming videos because I'm filming with my iPhone and it's not the best in low light. And it's been great to photograph my artworks, so yeah, I just absolutely love this lamp and highly recommend it. The second thing here is my microphone, and this is not art related, but this is what I use for my videos. I've had it for a very long time. I purchased it when I was hosting a knitting podcast, and I added this arm recently because just having the microphone almost ready to go and not having to set it up it makes me more likely to use it, and it improves sound quality for videos. I'm obviously not using it today, so there it is. Lastly, this is what I use to record videos from the top, and this is where having one of these desks with attached shelves is very useful because it's not taking up any space here when I'm drawing, just as the lamp isn't. But I can record from the top, and yeah, it's been amazing. I was using a different kind of gooseneck one before, and I bought this one maybe a month ago, I don't know, and it's been a lot better. It's not great quality, not so good that I would actually recommend it. It doesn't feel very well built, but it works for me well enough. Here on the left are just random things, palette knives, and a drawing I did long ago that isn't great technically, but I just love it for its subject. This is my hand holding a pencil, and yeah, I like this. This is a table easel, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm using it. I can't keep it on my table because I need my table to be clear, as I said. Yeah, by the way, this wall is falling apart, but it's not actually falling apart, it's safe. We just have a little problem here that we have to sort with our landlord. Anyway. Here is where I keep most of my art supplies. This is a small drawer box that, again, I found on Amazon. I've done some modifications to it. These label holders weren't here at first. I added them painfully, I must say, and with mixed success, because the wood is extremely hard and I couldn't push these all the way, but it's okay from afar. And the second thing I did was adding this velvet at the bottom, again, to make it feel nicer. So this is where my things are very nicely sorted and organized. I have here my liners and my markers. This is ink and charcoal. This is graphite. Here I have erasers and mechanical pencils. These are my polychromos. And lastly, these are my water-soluble crayons and pencils. It's starting to be very, very filled. Maybe I will have to add another one or just sort things out, and yeah, I don't know. For now, I'm not trying to acquire new art materials, so it's working for me. On top of it, I have this very lovely thing that I purchased recently. This is a brush rest. I have been very annoyed by my brushes rolling around and not having anywhere to put them when I'm painting. So I bought this thing recently from Etsy, and since it's I had a nice experience and it's a small maker and it can make a very nice gift. I will leave a link in the description. This is a brush for when you have, oh sorry, when you have eraser dust to put it away. I purchased it a while ago and it felt a bit overkill at the time, but actually I've been using it a lot and I'm keeping it here because I like having it around. These are my notebooks that I use very often, my journal, my reading journal, and my current and future planner. How is it called? A brush, not a brush, a pencil sharpener. I love it. And this is where my art and office supplies, if you want, are not so well organized, but I realized that I also need to have a place to have those easily accessible on a day-to-day basis. So this is again from a small maker on Etsy, and I had a great experience with it. With him, sorry. It's made in Ireland. Yeah, and I love the look of it, and it just feels nicely organized. It's compact. Yeah, I really like it. I will leave a link in the description if you do too. This one is holding more of my pens and stationery supplies, and I'm using this one for all of my brushes and paint supplies, so I can easily, well, one, remove them if I need all of my space here, and two, reorganize them if I'm mostly painting. For example, I can have this one on front, and I usually have this one because I'm writing here every day, but I'm not painting every day. And last, this is just a mirror. It's more of a decoration piece, but it's been very useful too when I am drawing, and I can angle it in a way that just I can quickly see my drawing in the mirror, which is a nice technique to spot mistakes and things that are not working. So yeah, but it's mainly here to hide, let's not break it, to hide the wall that is falling apart behind. And here we are looking at my computer desk. The table is a nice marble table that I bought secondhand for 20 euros. I'm so happy about it. It's definitely not the best computer desk, but I don't have anywhere else to put it, and I just can't remove it. I love it so much. I've been drawing on it in the past when I was in my first flat, and another nice thing about it is that it has this nice metal structure, allowing me to use my little magnetic hooks. My computer setup, I have a monitor because for editing videos I like having more space. This organization thing is allowing me to keep, well, my things organized. This is where I put my iPad when I'm not using it, which I'm not right now, but I think I was watching a video and forgot to put it back. And I like that it's metal, so again, this video is all about magnetic things, but I can just stick my Apple Pencil here and I never lose it. It has hooks underneath, so I can manage my cables nicely. And on the left is where I put my computer. I have some hard drives here that aren't very pretty. And yeah, not very art related, but this is where I edit my videos, where I work, where I do a lot of stuff, so it has to work nicely. And as you can see, I don't have room to have multiple chairs, so I needed to have a chair that can work for both, and this chair is the newest addition to my studio. I received it the day before yesterday, and I love it so much. It's the first time in my life that I'm comfortable in a chair. It's amazing. I will probably make a video about it. It's a Hag Capisco Puls, if you want to look it up meanwhile. And there is an artist on YouTube who made a review about it that is more interesting than mine will be, because he's been using it for a lot longer than I have. But yeah, it's amazing. It allows me, everything is adjustable in it. I can adjust seat height, the depth of the seat. I have elbow rest, but it's not in the way when I'm drawing. I can sit normally, I can sit backwards, I can rock back and forth, I can adjust the backrest height, and it's so comfortable. It's like the first time in my life that I'm comfortable in a chair, so yeah, I will probably make a separate video about it. Oh wait, I have something hidden here. This is my other, how to say, table easel. I keep it here. It's not ideal because it's, well, it's not difficult for me to put it out, but it's not very easily accessible, but it's the best place where I can put it. It's a larger table easel. Sometimes I use the small one, sometimes the big one, and it's here. Behind it is a drawing board that is about the same size, and I keep them here because they're not in the way and they don't make my background too ugly when I'm recording. These two, again, I don't know how it's called, it's a bit annoying, but these two pieces of furniture with drawers are mainly, well, at least when I first bought them, they were to hold my stock, my inventory for my online shop. So right now the left one is dedicated to my shop. I have everything I need to pack orders and all of my inventory and other related things, and the right one, we'll get to it, is about everything else. There's a lot of stuff in it. These are very large drawers and it holds a lot. Anyway, this basket is where I keep my current sketchbooks. I added this fairy lights thing because it's festive and I really like it. This is a spinning wheel from my family. It's a very old one. I keep it in decoration and because I like the way it looks. This is my small instant camera that I love. Here I have some more Christmas decoration. This, as I said, this is not my studio in its permanent state, but it doesn't have permanent state. It's changing with me on a week-to-week basis. And in these two boxes I have, I think the bottom one has all of my lino cut tools and the top one, I don't know. Oh, okay, it's wool. These are just little wool yarn. I also have my tripod here. In this first drawer I keep, very nice organization thing that I wanted to talk about. This is my box stash, and yeah, it's a tip Marie Kondo gives, I think, to have a stash of empty boxes and containers, and this drawer is almost exclusively dedicated to these. These are from Ikea and I don't remember how they're called, but it's okay. So this is one where I removed the label, and this is one where I didn't, so this is Nojig. I hate labels. I would have removed them if I had the patience, but These are sticking very well and I have to use a special product that smells very bad to remove them. That's why I still have them. These are just extremely useful to sort all of my art supplies and all of my stuff for my shop. I have other things in here. It's all about organization. This is the box I kept. These are just elastics and this is empty. This is for when I had shoulder pain. Here I have something interesting. I'm not using them right now. Ooh, but you've seen them in my lino cut video. These are some magnetic clips. So again, there is a big magnet on the back and then it's a simple paper clip. I recommend the object but not these specifically. They're very cheap and they feel cheap and yeah. I don't know where it was written. It's written somewhere that it prevents scratches and it's just a transparent sticker that you stick on the back of it, and I didn't like this system very much, but I'm still using them. I have some label holders from when I customized my art supplies drawer organization thing that I showed you. And yeah, other boxes, nothing too interesting here. Next drawer is for stationery, and these two are for paper. So it's not well organized at all right now. This is paper I use just to protect my desk. I used it when I was making prints. And I have this is more like sketching paper, and underneath is my watercolor paper, again not tidy at all. I also have these transparent pockets that I use sometimes to protect things. And lastly, this is my video stuff drawer with things that I don't really use. This is my micro stand. This white thing here is the gooseneck phone holder that I was using previously to record videos from the top. And this is another tool to record videos from the top that I tried out, that you may have seen advertisements on Instagram for this one, at least I did. Yeah, I absolutely do not recommend this one. And yeah, other video related stuff. We are done with everything related to art. So I hope you found this little studio tour useful. Let me know in the comments if I forgot anything, or if whatever questions you may have, I'm happy to help you. Let me know if you have other tips, and I will see you in the next one.